We are so fucking back. So the past few months have been absolutely fucking madness, and I've been dealing with a lot. Now, I'll tell you about that near the end of this video, so thanks for waiting for this one. For those of you who are new to this channel, this is the Volkswagen Santana. It is an icon of Chinese automotive history. It was first designed in the early 1980s and produced all the way up until 2012. When I bought this car last year, it was in a shit condition. I'm making it my mission to renovate this crusty old shitbox and bring it into the 21st century. So far, I've had the interior fully renovated and retrofitted with modern furnishings. I've installed new lowering springs, brakes, alloys, and tires. And then I got T-boned in an intersection. The entire left-hand side of this car was completely fucked. However, after 3 months of repair work, I got the Santana back. Now, insurance did cover the cost of having the pillars completely rebuilt, new doors fitted, new windows installed, and half the car repainted. The end result just wasn't fantastic though, as the left side of the car was still just a little bit caved in, so the doors wouldn't fully close. Some of the interior electronics also just didn't work, like the electric windows and the lighting, and for some reason they decided it'd be a great idea to just cut up the leather panels and screw them into the frame, which is fucked. Who does that? I had Juza refabricate the parts of the interior that were fucked by the insurance repair team. Ironically, the price of repairing the interior damage caused by the insurance repair work cost more than the repair work than they actually did. So getting this work done just postponed the following work by an additional month. I gotta wait until payday just like everyone else. So what's next on the agenda? It's gotta be getting the exterior sorted. As it stands, this car looks like a sleeper build, except the performance isn't great either. Which is to say, it just looks like a shitbox with a nice interior, which is exactly what it is right now. The body panels are not in great shape. I don't think there's a single panel on this machine that doesn't have a dent or a gouge taken out of it. This front left panel will probably need to be replaced because it is just full of body filler and has taken a hard hit. So the bumper just doesn't fit to this machine anymore, especially around this headlamp area. It is just way more cost effective to replace it. The paint ain't very much better either. It's scratched, cracked, and lost its shine over years of neglect. The bumpers are really what let down the look of this car. They are scuffed, cracked, faded, crooked, sun damaged, and barely attached. They need to be fully replaced. And this indicator light that's like held in place with fucking silicone, that needs to go too. And finally, I don't know what could cause something like this shit down here, but if cars could have bowel cancer, this is what it'd look like. I don't need to tell you where we're going now, do I? Body shop. Find a body shop, my connect at Juza sent me a link. Jinmei Body and Paint Center. I'm told they are the best body shop in the city. I took the car in and they immediately got to work. First by ripping off the bumpers and removing the lights, checking that front left panel, and as suspected, it was fucked. grinding away the layers of paint and filler looked like a topographical map. Instead, we removed it and ordered a new panel to replace this mess. The chassis of the car isn't looking too good on this side, but if it still holds everything together, it's good enough innit? I also had some window specialists come to take out the windows so they could buff out the scratches and apply a hydrophobic coating. The Santana had obviously taken some abuse, even before I got it. The skeleton of the car was crooked, so the body panels and doors just didn't fit together well. So before any other work got done to this car, we had to straighten out his bones. Eventually, the lads got everything fitting together flush. Look, I'm autistic as fuck, and for whatever reason, colour theory is something that I really obsess over. So getting the correct colour paint for my vision of how this car will look wasn't the easiest task for the paint master, especially with the language barrier disadvantage. The colour I wanted to have made was a deep, glossy black on the cold side of the colour spectrum, without any pearl or metallic flakes. Where a regular black paint is usually neutral or slightly warm due to its pigment composition, like this, I wanted a black paint that has a colder tone with reflections that have a subtle blue hue, like this. I want black ice. Through a long process of trial and error and compromise, the paint master mixed the colour I was looking for. Whilst the paint was being mixed and tested, the next stage had begun, applying the body filler and sanding and filling and sanding and filling and sanding and filling and sanding. I began working on my own project to further customize the Santana with custom mudguards. The guards I bought had space for logos, but the Taobao seller said that they couldn't print a logo on the design themselves. So I took some measurements, got on my CAD software, and designed my own logo plates. I printed them out with the Bamboo Lab P1S, punched some holes in the mudguards, then bolted my plate design to the guards. After the body filler and sanding was finished, the car was taken to the paint booth and primed grey, and then the iterative process of priming and sanding and filling began. Finally, the car is getting painted, and it looks phenomenal. Look, I couldn't actually be at the body shop during the painting process because of work obligations, so we're all going to have to wait until the reveal to see how the car looks. And I'm going to deep fry all of the footage of the Santana until then. After painting, the new hardware could be installed. Tinted headlights and tail lights, blacked out indicator lights, clean new front and rear bumpers, a new mean as fuck grille, and my custom mudguards. Now the painting is done and the hardware is being installed, there is just one more thing that needs to get done. Paint came out absolutely fucking stunning. It is exactly the colour that I was looking for. That deep abyssal black that glints a shocking blue when the light hits it at just the right angle. Removing the badges from the grille and the rear whilst painting really gave the Santana a mysterious and menacing look. So I decided not to put them back on. I think the car looks a lot tougher as a result. fresh wiper blades with these custom designed bolt caps are one of those little details that would go unnoticed, but that attention to detail is so important to the finished piece. Obviously, the fresh bumpers do a ton of heavy lifting for rejuvenating the exterior aesthetics. I wasn't sure how the headlights and the taillights would look, as when I got them tinted, I thought the tint was a little bit too subtle. However, in the car, they are almost as dark as the rest of the vehicle. I do have to get brighter light bulbs now though. The only thing that is a bit of a letdown is these mudguards. I was told there just isn't enough space to put them in any other way, and they just don't do it for me. And that's okay, sometimes ideas just don't pan out the way you want them to. So they can always be removed. It ain't a big deal. We ran out of time to finish everything that I wanted to do, as I wanted to get the car back before the Chinese New Year holiday started so I could shoot this video. I still want the windows to have the scratches buffed out and a hydrophobic coating applied, so I'll be back at Jin Mei Body Shop next month to get that sorted. Honestly, I could stop this project right here and be pretty content. I mean, it's cost me about 50,000 Kwai in total to this point. For that amount, I could have bought a 5-year-old electric Chang'an or a 10-year-old BMW, but that would be so fucking boring. Instead, I've learned some new skills, met some really cool people, and built something of real value. I don't know, maybe it'll inspire you to do something like this. I have some idea of where I want to take this project in the future. I have some thoughts on designing some custom exterior parts and installing some strip lights underneath. This is the time to push the limit further than it ever should be pushed. Give me some ideas in the comment section of some wild stuff I could do to this car now. So yeah, the past few months have been absolutely fucked. I ended a relationship with a girl who went absolutely fucking nuclear and broke into my home, destroyed my property, stole from me, then cut herself and told the police I chinged her with a knife. Then she tried to get me arrested, spread lies about me online, and told my workplace that I'm a drug addict, so she tried to get me fired and deported too. After a long and fucking stressful legal battle, I managed to get a confession letter for everything she had done and a small payment for the damage. I mean, it still wasn't enough to cover the cost of all the video equipment she wrecked or the social backlash for accusations. I'm still blacklisted from a lot of places, but fucking whatever. Then I spent 2 months with a lung infection, a throat infection, then a sinus infection. Working with children really is a privilege, innit? As you could imagine, after going through this psychological avalanche, I had a neurological meltdown. Making videos had to take a backseat whilst I fought to keep myself from implosion. And to be honest, I was on the verge of giving up on making videos. But I'm here now, ain't I? Fuck the adversity. Alright, thanks for watching this video. It's a lot of fucking hard work making these, so if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now. Leave a like on the video as well, because that's just good for my channel. Alright, I'm done for today. Alright, peace, bye. Ugh.